While the UFC has always claimed to be the global leader in mixed martial arts, it's always been dominated by the United States. In the early days of the UFC's modern era, the mid to late 1990s, forget about it. The handful of titles on offer were mostly passed around champions like Randy Couture, Tito Ortiz, Chuck Liddell, and Frank Mir. These guys were all American, and of course they were. The fledgling promotion was based in the United States, and there were just 5 international champs in total compared to over 20 from the US. But things were about to get wobbly. It wasn't until 2007 that a couple of international superstars really took the UFC abroad. They were the welterweight GOAT, Georges St-Pierre from Canada. But Canada has yet to produce another champion since GSP, aside from GSP, who had another 2 reigns. And the middleweight GOAT, Anderson Silva from Brazil, a country that has produced 18 more world champions since he took the middleweight throne. In total, Brazil has produced 24 world champions, which sounds pretty good compared to those early numbers, but it's still nothing compared to the United States' tally as of 2024. Of the UFC's top 5 countries, the US has produced 80 world champions in total. Meanwhile, Brazil has produced a seemingly meager 24 for second place. Then it drops markedly to Russia, Canada, and Mexico with just 4 apiece. The United States has always been the most dominant force in the UFC. Just take a look at 2019. Daniel Cormier and Stipe Miocic were trading places for the heavyweight title. The light heavyweight GOAT, Jon Jones, was into his 2nd title reign. Tyrone Woodley was coming to the end of his welterweight championship run. The Hawaiian Max Holloway had left the featherweight division in his wake. TJ Dillashaw was the bantamweight champion. Henry Cejudo had taken over the flyweight division. And Rose Namajunas was midway through the first of her strawweight championship runs. That's 7 championship belts out of the 12 on offer in 2019. That's more than half. But how things have changed in just 5 years. In early 2024, Jon Jones was the heavyweight champion, but he injured himself, leaving the big Brit Tom Aspinall to claim the interim title. At light heavyweight, the Brazilian Alex Pereira had moved up from middleweight to bludgeon his way to a 2nd belt. The South African, Dricus du Plessis, had powered his way through all challengers to take the middleweight strap. Aspinall's fellow Brit, Leon Rocky Edwards' career was playing out like some kind of Hollywood movie. The Russian icon, Khabib Nurmagomedov's protege, Islam Makhachev, had taken the Eagles' place as the lightweight king. Ilia Topuria made history by becoming Georgia's first UFC champion. Alexandre Pantoja was keeping Brazil's good name in the combat world alive at flyweight. Women's champ Alexa Grasso was making Mexico proud at flyweight. And China's first ever UFC champion, Zhang Weili, was into her 2nd strawweight title run. Of the 12 championship belts held at the start of 2024, just 3 were held by Americans, compared to 9 by the international contingent, including 2 Brazilians and 2 Englishmen. The UFC has long been calling itself the global leader in MMA, but it was up to the globe to make that a reality. Thanks for watching, and remember, if you want more fight sports in your life, just hit the subscribe button.